This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Dylan Gunawardena and read by Tilani Pires. The headlines. The President will address the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly on Thursday. A bill on securing the rights of the differently abled community will be tabled at the Parliament during this year. Plans are underway to turn 125 acres of wasteland into forests. The National Law Week 2023 will commence on the 25th of September. 2,000 vaccines for yellow fever will reach the island tomorrow. And on international news, India rejects Canada's allegations on involvement in violence. And on sports news, cricket, Sri Lanka women's cricket team leaves for China. The 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly is currently underway at the headquarters of the United Nations in New York, USA. The world leaders from all nooks and corners of the world were welcomed by the 9th Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres. This year's theme for the Assembly is Rebuilding Trust and Reinventing Global Cooperation to Accelerate Action to Achieve Sustainable Development Goals based on Peace, Prosperity, Progress and Sustainability for the 2030 Agenda. The conference is scheduled to run until Thursday. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is slated to address the session on the 21st of September. A program is launched to empower the differently abled community of the country so that they can contribute to the economic development of the nation. In line with that, a bill on securing the rights of the differently abled community will be tabled in Parliament during this year. This was revealed by the State Minister Anupa Pascal. He expressed these views during a news conference held at the Presidential Media Centre today on the theme, Collective Paths to a Stable Country. The government is working on providing financial assistance as well as other necessary facilities to the differently abled community, and hence they are able to contribute to the national economy at present. The Sri Lanka National Olympic Committee and the Department of Forestry are planning to turn 125 acres of waste land into forests. A MOU was signed between the two parties today. 50 million rupees will be invested in this project by the National Olympic Committee. The Memorandum of Understanding intends to initiate a forest restoration program of about 125 acres in the Virakkodichole Reserve in Puttalam district to accelerate natural regeneration. The signing was held at the auditorium of the Minister of Wildlife and Forest Resources Conservation, chaired by the Minister Pavitra Wanyarachi. About 35,000 endemic plants are planned to be planted in November and December this year. The project expects to increase the percentage of forests in the island to 32% of the land by 2030. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The National Law Week 2023, organized by the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, will commence on the 25th of September. In line with this, a series of programs will be implemented to make the school's children aware of the prevailing law. These programs will focus on a number of issues in the island, such as drug addiction and child abuse. Senior attorneys at law will be the resource persons of these programs. Minister of Education assists the Bar Association in implementing this program. A school-based series of programs is underway to prevent child abuse. The aim of this program is to make aware the school children and parents living in the areas where child abuse is prevalently reported. This is organized by the National Authority for the Protection of Victims of Crime and Witnesses. The economic and social issues faced by the families are a main cause of child abuse. National Child Protection Authority says that 5,000 complaints have been lodged during the last 7 months regarding child abuse. The book Deparamunaka Satan, written by Major General Dhammi Hevage, will be launched tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. at the Mahavali Centre. The event will be chaired by Chief of Defence Staff General Shavendra Silva. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Veda Mahatmya.
The Minister of Health says 2,000 vaccines for yellow fever will reach the island tomorrow. Additional Secretary to the Ministry, Dr. Saman Ratnayaka, said that these vaccines were imported under the mediation of UNICEF. There was a shortage of yellow fever vaccines in the country so far since no supplier stepped up to supply them. However, this stock of vaccines will be sufficient for 2 oncoming years. That came to you on our segment Main News Story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
And on Watch Light tonight, the residents of Aranayaka complain that they face difficulties since the town does not have a permanent venue for parking 3-wheel taxis. There are over 100 business places in the town. Both the businessmen and the public request the authorities to allocate a specific place in the town as a 3-wheel taxi park. This is for the attention of the relevant authorities. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
Moving on with world news and the headlines first. India rejects Canada's allegations on involvement in violence. Azerbaijan launches attack on Armenian positions. A Scottish research team produce an alternative to palm oil. India rejected Canada's allegations linking the Indian government with the assassination of Sikh activist in Canada and expelled a senior Canadian diplomat a day after that country expelled an Indian diplomat. The Minister of External Affairs of India said allegations of Government of India's involvement in any act of violence in Canada are absurd and motivated. Azerbaijan has launched anti-terrorist operations in the Nagorno-Karabakh region and demanded the complete withdrawal of ethnic Armenian forces as a condition for peace in the disputed territory. Armenia urged Russian peacekeeping troops there to intervene and stop Baku's full-scale aggression against the local population. Azerbaijan said it opened humanitarian routes for non-combatants, and the offensive comes nearly 3 years after Baku fought a brief but deadly war with Armenia over the mountainous area. A Scottish research team believe they may have produced a holy grail alternative to palm oil. It is estimated that almost half of all food and cosmetic products on supermarket shelves contain palm oil. The huge demand has led to significant deforestation in areas where oil palm trees can grow near the equator. Food experts at Queen Margaret University in Edinburgh say their new 100% plant-based ingredients is 70% better for the environment. With 80% less saturated fat and 30% fewer calories, they believe palm ALT to be a significantly healthier option. Back to the world news headlines. India rejects Canada's allegations on involvement in violence. Azerbaijan launches attack on Armenian positions. A Scottish research team produce an alternative to palm oil. That ends world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalusittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
Development News.
Emirates, one of the 2 flag carriers of the United Arab Emirates and Sri Lankan Airlines, have signed a reciprocal interline agreement to boost connectivity for passengers of both airlines. The partnership will enable access to new points on each other's networks via Colombo and Dubai, utilizing a single ticket and enjoying the convenience of baggage transfers. Accordingly, the tickets are now on sale for travel effective immediately as the interline partnership unlocks 15 regional destinations operated by Sri Lankan Airlines via Colombo for Emirates passengers to choose from. That came to you in Development News. Sports news and cricket. Sri Lanka women's cricket team will leave for China tonight in order to take part in the Asian Games coached by former Test cricketer Rumesh Ratnayaka. The team is headed by Chamari Atapattu. That was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB I am, a plan for your dream.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The new degree programs awarded by the University of Wolverhampton, conducted at SINEC campus, Metro Branch in Nugegoda, were launched recently. This event was held in the auditorium of SINEC campus, Mala Bay. The 4 new degree programs, namely BSc Honours Quantity Surveying Top-Up, Masters of Law, MSc Cybersecurity, and MSc Project Management, will be conducted from October 2023. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB I am, a plan for your dream.
The Acting Minister of Finance, Dr. Ranjit Semlapitiya, said that Sri Lanka's negative economic growth rate, which was minus 11.5% in the second quarter of 2022, has improved to 3.1% in the second quarter of 2023. The minister mentioned that agriculture, accommodation or food sectors have contributed towards creating this growth. That came to you in Economic News.
Weather report.
Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Several spells of showers will occur at the north central province and in the Kandy, Nuwara and Hambantota districts. Showers or thundershowers may occur at several places elsewhere over the island during the evening or night. Fairly heavy showers about 50 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western Sabaragamu and Nuwa provinces and in the Galle, Mathura, Ampara and Batticaloa district. That was the weather report. And now to in this news broadcast, the main points once again. The President will address the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly on Thursday. A bill on securing the rights of the differently abled community will be tabled in Parliament during this year. Plans are underway to turn 125 acres of waste land into forests. The National Law Week 2023 will commence on the 25th of September. 2,000 vaccines for yellow fever will reach the island tomorrow. And on international news, India rejects Canada's allegations on involvement in violence. And on sports cricket, Sri Lanka women's cricket team leaves for China. That ends this news broadcast.